Hello, welcome back to another Monday with the Poultry. We're actually filming this one on a Monday, which makes a bit of a change, I know. But anyway, there we go. Today, before we go in, I'm just going to stand up here and I'm just going to explain something. In the week, we had cause to redo the fencing all the way around here. Now, the fencing we've got in here is electric and is on an energizer. But I just want to show you one of the little gadgets that we have, which is one of these things. And they are absolutely fantastic. If I stand back so it doesn't keep bleeping, there we go. Okay, so it's a hotline electric fence tester, and it doesn't need any batteries. I've had it for about 5 years now, this one, and it's great because it works on the fences that are done by energizers and the fences that are done by batteries. No, sorry, get that right. The fences that are done on mains power and the fences that are done on the leisure batteries. So there are ones which only work on leisure battery ones, and there are ones which only work on mains powered ones, but this one works on them both. And basically what it does is it bleeps if the fence is on. The closer you get to the fence, the less strength is within that fence. So if I was here and it just started going, I'd know that fence is really, really weak. But as we're back here and it stops, what's that? That's maybe 1.5 meters away, about that or so. So I know that fence is kicking out a good old strength. So there was a reason why I had to do all of this, and I'll explain that in just a second. But let's just take a walk down and we'll go and see. The other good thing with these testers is you can just put it in your pocket, and if you're next to a really, really strong fence, it will start going off. Oh look, there's the running ducks in the corner, all huddled up, not expecting me. Enjoying the spring sunshine. Right, let's leave them to it. Right, okay, let's start off with the ducks actually, and I can explain everything as to why I checked the fence. I didn't... Yeah, you're on camera, you can shut up. All right, we're filming. Quiet, please. Right, I didn't... Tell you what, if I go up the hill, and then you'll be able to see better. No Aylesbury eggs today. That's fine. Okay, so we came up here 2 days ago, and one of the Aylesburys was dead. Basically, it was laid down just over here, where we used to keep the pond. The pond would have been, the blue pond would have been here, and the duck was down there. Looking at it, you can normally work out what animal it would have been that would have grabbed it, and it definitely looks like it had been a bird of prey that had been in and had done something within here, and for whatever reason it ended up with one of the ducks. So we were most annoyed by that, but that then led us just to go around and just check all of the fencing, just to be absolutely 100% sure that there was going to be nothing else that was going to come in and take anything else. We can't do too much, unfortunately, for the birds of prey. There just isn't much that we can change or do, other than building a massive grate enclosure and covering this whole place up, which I don't want to do, because that would just be a nightmare of a job. That would be a mammoth job. That would cost too much, and it would just be too much of an issue. So so yeah, we just have to do what we can just to try to keep them away and try to deter them. So we've got a few ideas of things that we'll be going in this week and will be done this week, and we'll try to get them done. So right, anyway, I'm going to give these guys some feed, and I will be back in a minute, and we'll have a look at other stuff that's gone on this week. Okay, so we're in with the Franconian geese. Give them just a little top up. And you can see that I have finally got around to building the shelter there. Yeah, it is on a slight skew-if, but that's because the hill's on a slight skew-if. Just need to get the flooring in and get them a bit of bedding in there, and then they'll be quite happy, hopefully. They still like to hiss at you every time you walk past. But one of the grand things in with the geese at the minute, well, the geese and the ducks, is that because it's been so mild, the grass is actually starting to slightly grow back as well. Get these guys a bit. There we go. Don't know if you've seen in any of the poultry magazines or anywhere online, but it has now been announced that the Steinbecker geese, which is what these two are now classed as a rare breed. There's only something like 62 breeding pairs from known breeders or something. I don't know quite how they work it out, but I know I wasn't asked if I had a breeding pair because my pair's quite old and I don't suppose they'll breed this year. They might do, you never know. But yeah, they're now classed as a rare breed geese, so we have to be doubly sure of looking after them. We're still after a friend for Georgie. We do keep looking. We did spot there was some Toulouse down in Cornwall, but that's like a 5.5 hour drive there and then 5.5 hour drive back again, so I don't think we'll be going for them. There was some other ones up in Lincolnshire, and that's about 3.5 hours each way for us, so we might look at them, you never know. Let's do that. Oh, there is an egg in there. Right, tonight these guys are going to be locked away, and then tomorrow morning Mr. Chirpy over there is going to be what's the right word, processed. I suppose process is the right word, really, isn't it? Because the issue we got is the issue you have when you keep chickens, especially if you breed chickens. As you can hear, we got too many cockerels, so he is going to be processed, as in he's going to end up in the fridge or the freezer. When he's gone tomorrow morning, because I can't do anything today, because I was going to lock him up last night, but I can't do anything today unfortunately because I've got work. So he's going to be processed tomorrow when we've got time to do everything properly and right. So he's going to be processed. Once he's been processed, the 3 grower cockerels are going to be moved out. They're going to go into the end one. The 3 ladies in there can all be moved out. So they'll be put in the end one. They'll be fed corn for a couple of weeks and then they'll be processed. The reason being is that these big chickens are quite like to dance with the little chickens, and it's causing issues. So yeah, they're going to be split apart, and then once they are out of there on Tuesday, Mr. Cake here, the friendly birthday cockerel, oh, he's run out of drink again, he can then, bollocks, excuse my French, I just burst that egg on the bucket. He can then be put into that run over there, and he can be kept separate from everybody else. Oh dear, I think that's how it goes. Right, okay, scrap what I just said. I'm actually recording this bit at the end of the video, and I'll slice it in to the video. I've caught the 3 cockerels. They are currently in there. So tonight I'm going to put them into this enclosure. I'm going to move Mr. Cake, because we're not allowed to get rid of Mr. Cake because he was a birthday chicken. He's going to go in with these ladies. So he's got the 2 ladies and the 3 little ones. If that causes issues, I just have to get the 3 little ones into something else. And then tomorrow we'll move Mr. Chirpy and the 3 boys can go into there. So yeah, basically they're just causing too many issues. they're quite big now anyway. They're virtually ready to be dealt with, but they're crossbreeds, so there's nothing we can really do with them, which is unfortunate, but still it's going to be a nice meal for us. Oh man, total gridlock. See, the birds still haven't realised that they can just use the one on the end, and there's 2 birds that use the one down the bottom now. Otherwise they just stand there and wait and just act like numpties. Is it a numpty? Okay, good news with the quails. After last week's bit of going from 7 to 2, we still have 2, and they are quite happily running about in there. But after seeing how they fly last week and looking at the run I've done, I need to do a little bit more work on the run to enable us to be able to put them out there. I've also looked at ordering some more eggs, because obviously the more you do with these things, the more you learn and the better you get. So I've looked at ordering some more eggs. There is a person not many miles away from me who does quails as well, and I asked them if they could supply me with some eggs, because they advertise hatching eggs, and they come back to me and said, oh, I'm quite low on stock at the minute. I won't have very many in for quite a few weeks. So I just stood there and thought, well, why do you advertise hatching eggs then if you're quite low on stock? Wouldn't it make more sense just to not advertise them at all? But anyway, there we go. Okay, so we got the 2 girls in their lane at the minute. This is where I come under attack. You ready, girls? Now, I would love to be able to turn around and say the trick to doing this is to be slow and steady, is to be nice and kind to the girl, to give her plenty of warning that you're coming in, which is all right and all things that you should be doing. But then it doesn't really matter with some girls, because they will just try and peck you like that. Oh, like that. But as you can see, we've only got 6 eggs in there today, plus 1 that came out of the other thing, so that's going to give us 7. Now, if you remember back to the middle of January, the middle of last month, I was explaining how we make money from the poultry, and one of the things I've been doing is I've been keeping track of what actually happens, how many eggs we get, how many go into the tub and other stuff like that. So as you can see, this is a Google sheet. I don't know if holding it that way is any better. And I've been keeping score of the date, how many eggs we got from each animal, how many boxes have gone in the honesty box, how much money we've taken, how much money we spent. So I'm not going to go into great depth on this, because obviously I'm going to do it again once we get through to the making money with your chickens part 2, which will be in the middle of March. So all I do is, even on down here, I can do it all here. So we had 7 eggs today, none from the ducks, none from the geese, and none from the quails. And that's it. It's done, it's on there, it's saved, and I can go and look at it at home, or I can look at it here, but it's just a cool way of working it out. So these guys I'll put into a box, and I'll run that box up, and that will go into the honesty box. And I think this week, with the fantastic weather we've been having, the grass here is now going to start to grow. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with the good news of the grass growing. I'm going to say thanks for watching again. You've been brilliant. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please share us about somewhere. Please go over to Facebook and search for Annoyed Dad, and you'll find us on there. If you like getting involved in any kind of like politics and like me moaning at my local MP, which is a good habit of mine, go over to Twitter, search Annoyed Dad, and you will see me on there. Other than that, until next week's video, we will say bye-bye and see you then. Thanks for watching.